Happy Saturday. I forgot what day it was. My name is Jen. I'm an intuitive reader, and today I wanted to show a new deck I got for Christmas. So my husband bought me a Jane Austen tarot deck, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't even know he knew I liked that. So I was very surprised. They are a little different. So tarot originally was a card game in Europe, and they use decks of cards, like just traditional. So these are kind of set up that way, but they do have a specific meaning for each grouping. So spades, diamonds, hearts, and clubs. But I thought we would get a reading with them today and see what the cards want to say. I haven't been on doing tarot much with the holidays. I was too busy. I do work in retail, and it is very draining, especially during the holidays. So I have to retreat and hide and recharge, because even I pick up sometimes that mucky muck energy, or just draining energy, or I get in that blah kind of like energy sometimes too, where I'm in that, I don't need to be reading cards. The channel gets foggy, or sometimes, it's like when the Wi-Fi is not working correctly and your show is not picking up, or it's like twirling. So sometimes that's how channels can be. They're not as clear as if your energy is realigned. So today I felt much better after resting, and I had a couple days off too, so I pretty much stayed in the house other than going shopping for groceries, and so I was able to recharge. So let's see what energy I'm picking up on. I was definitely drawn to quartz crystals today. They are very grounding, but energy, quartz provides lots of things like recharging and clearing of energy. But specifically, this one is called Lemurian quartz. And I was kind of picking up that Lemuria vibe today. Don't know why, just a feeling I got. So I go with it. But I hope everyone had a great few days off if you got to have them off. If you didn't, then I hope you just had a relaxing or easy work week so far. Let me do some protection oil and set my intention. Okay, spirits, I need the guide with the most information and the best guidance for this reading. What do we want to know from my Jane Austen tarot? I did play with this deck a little bit the other day, not much, but a little bit, so I could kind of get a feeling for it, because it is different. It's a different vibe. All right, what do we need to know today from the Jane Austen tarot? It does come with a guidebook too, so if you're interested in tarot, this one actually, it actually at least guides you as to what the cards mean, especially since it's just a little bit different. There's no knights, I don't believe, in this deck. I would assume that the page and the knight is kind of interplayed into one. At least that's how I've been reading them. So if it's different, then it's different for somebody else, I guess. All right. Well, the card that came out is the three of diamonds. So the three of diamonds is pentacles. And what that tells us from this deck is this card specifically is about partnerships and building in community. It is people that are putting all the pieces together. So in this particular card, it's furniture. So they have a set of furniture that goes together in their living room, which just means that they are making a cohesive home or a cohesive environment. So we know that we have community and environment working together. What else do we need to know? So definitely this reading is going to be material world, so present, current environment. The next card out is the Seven of diamonds. Again, Seven of Pentacles is about building your environment, building your wealth or abundance. It is about learning something. So she's doing archery. This is Emma. That she's doing archery, which, you know, wasn't traditionally a thing for most women, but back in that time frame. But this is a pastime that she's chosen to build and learn and create something new and do something different. Then we have the seven. Then we have the Ace of Hearts, which is the Ace of Cups. And then this card is about building new love, experiencing new love. And it kind of gives me a whole vibe of learning to love thy neighbor. That's what I was thinking. Like learning to let people in again, learning not to be so fearful of everything. That's where intuition again comes in. You can use your intuition to guide you toward people's intentions. So there are a lot of beautiful people in this world, men, women, doesn't matter, non-binary, whatever. Human body, there's a lot of beautiful people in this world. And you have to let them in. Like there's so much fear around everything. And I think this is telling me that community is very important. We lost that somewhere along the way when the separations and the divide came in this world. And everything divided everybody, every little thing. And I feel like the message is we need to start growing that community. And that can be through learning different things that we love. It could be being creators and learning something different and building something different, because it's really the only way that change is going to take place. Because we can sit here and look at the world around us and we can see where the foundation's crumbling because it never worked. So we can't really rebuild on that foundation. We have to create a new foundation. The new foundation is going to have to be more heart-centered, because the old one was built off of divide and hate and discord. Well, obviously that didn't work. So if we want this three-piece furniture set that matches in our living room and makes everything feel cohesive and comfortable, this is our community. If we want that cohesive community where we look out for each other, we need to build something different. We need to learn different. We need to remember there are other choices and there is a different way to do things where everyone can be involved and everyone can grow and benefit from it. I'm not saying this is going to be easy. It never is when change takes place. But I do feel like the message is stating and saying that if we want real change, that's where it's going to be. I don't think the message really has changed much, because I remember picking up on this last year or two. It's just we really haven't moved in that direction yet, I think, because we don't know how sometimes. So it's going to be us learning for ourselves what our passions are, what we can grow, what we want to create. Then we have the Three of Hearts. So that is the Three of Cups. That is about celebrating as well. Loving environments, loving homes, loving communities. Also could be working together as a team, remembering that we do benefit when we bounce our brains and our hearts off of each other to learn things. And let me see, Three of Pentacles. Oh, and then the Five of Clubs. The Five of Clubs is, oh, let me look that one up. Hold on, I can't remember that one. Still learning this deck. Let's see. Oh, that's the Devil card in this deck. See, I wouldn't have known that one. It says, Mr. Wickham selfishly seduces Georgiana Darcy in Pride and Prejudice. So, temptation. So this card is about, yeah, the toxic patterns, the old ways of doing things that didn't work. It's time for those to go. And also my time is almost up. Let me see if I can get one more card. Too many cards. Yeah, I think new way of doing things. All right, love you guys.